Hello guys, it's PokeCon14 and welcome back to more Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. In the last episode, we cleared up the area around Death Mountain, which you can't see right now, after beating the Fire Temple and getting some more stuff and things. In this episode, we are going to be continuing further on in our quest, and this quest will bring us towards Zora's domain. So, let's go ahead and run through this place because, well, we need to. Now, I completely messed up. I'm supposed to ride the magic bean, and I failed. So, no. Much better. So now we're back in the magic bean, and we're going to be collecting a few golden Skulltulas before, ooh, that was close, before it's time to head out to the new area. Or yeah, it is a new area, but if you didn't plant the magic bean, don't worry about getting this gold Skulltula, which is right here, by the way. And, oh, well, maybe I should just L-target it, just not have to worry. But there is a ladder right here that you can climb up from down there. Now let's see what Navi has to say. An Arctic wind is blowing from the Zora's River. Do you feel it? Do you feel it, Mr. Krabs? Mr. Krabs, do you feel it? So yeah, we can get on top of that platform with the ladder. And next up, we're going to continue going further into Zora's domain as, well, I don't know why that sounded so much like it would be the end of the episode, because it's not. It's just the beginning. Now, hopefully the sun won't disappear. You want to get on top of this fence right here without jumping off, which can be a challenge unless you do it from this side, maybe. Oh, that makes it easier. Now, there is a gold Skulltula up here, but I think it just turned day. Yeah, I know it's... Oh, I can still hear it. Look up on the wall, very high up, and you can just have enough reach to grab it and the token. So there we go. That's the next gold Skulltula. Now we're going to want to go forward into Zora's domain again. Hooray for this place. It's snowing. Feels awfully cold here, but we still have to play Zelda's Lullaby as always, even though it is quite chilly here. I don't know. I hope not. Well, I hope with all the cold stuff outside of Zora's domain that everything inside won't be frozen and stuff. But then certainly wouldn't happen, right? Nothing could freeze over this watery place. And oh crap! Never mind. I totally did not expect that. Whoa. Yeah, Zora's domain is frozen over. And with that, all the Zoras are trapped under the ice, with the exception of two. The shopkeeper down there, and King Zora. But, if we try to go into the shop, there's some red wall here. We won't be doing anything about that just yet until maybe the end of this episode, or the next one, depending on how long this recording session goes and how I split it up. So... And also, the king is just coming now into view, and he's encased in that red ice as well. That's really weird. But, you know what isn't weird is if we go onto this side, the very edge of the waterfall without falling off, and look to make it nighttime. Of course, I have to start from the very beginning. Yeah, even though day and night cycle completely doesn't matter to this place, completely encased in ice. Now, first of all, concentrating, don't fall off the waterfall here. But you can get your gold Skulltula token! Yay! Now that we're done with those three very quick golden Skulltulas, it's time to go further! Now, I actually have enough to get another gold Skulltula reward from the house in Kakariko Village, but I'll do that later. Not important right now, even though it might be. But anyway, let's go on further through here, because, well, what else can we do? And, oh my gosh, a bigger fish ate Jabu Jabu! Yeah, he disappeared. Nobody knows why. He's not in here. This ice thing isn't big enough to hold him. But, oh well. Anyway, let's just go ahead and jump into the fountain, which has been frozen over. Huh. Well, we could also climb onto these ice thingamabobbers to get this piece of heart, I think. Can we not climb? You know what? I'm just going to make it day. It's going to be a lot easier that way to see. And yeah, there are no gold Skulltulas out right now that we need to get. But if you jump down and fall into the water from one of these ice things, you can't exactly climb back up. You have to go all the way around, and it's very painful. But now what we have to do is jump on one of these spinning platforms in the ice, and then jump on this one, and there's our piece of heart. Hooray! Woo! Piece of heart. And now that fills up our heart containers. And I jumped down. Darn it, this is a pain. Okay, this camera feels way too close for this. Can I get a bit more of an overhead view, please? Maybe. Maybe not. Well, fine. Anyway, you're going to want to, on this one, jump's a bit tricky. Just go forward on this. If you lean it forward, then you got to lean this thing back. And roll up, and you should... No! No, 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 no! Ugh, I hate this thing. Alright, I made it back here. Hopefully I won't fail. And tip it back, tip the scales, and no, no. I'm nervous about this. I'm nervous about playing a video game. Then again, that happens to the best of us. Come on, no! Why is this so hard? Alright, I'm just gonna run straight up there. Yep, got it. Go straight up there. Never mind. Don't be careful and plan it out. Just run! Speed run it. And now, here we are in the ice cavern. Immediately, you'll see a lot of stalactites and stalagmites on the ground. And then, more of this red ice. I don't even know why that's there. It's not even encasing anything. It's just like, oh boy, stalactites falling from the ceiling. So here we are, and this place is kind of cold. Now we have these new enemies. They're, I don't know what they're called, but they are icy stuff, and they're probably, at that, weak to dense fire. Or just fire in general. So, in that case, Mwahahaha! Destroy them all! Now, if you destroy all four of these guys... Why didn't you die? If you destroy all four of these guys, then that'll open up the thing for the next room. Simple as that. And we have some rupees encased in there. Gee, I wonder if we're going to get something in this dungeon to deal with that. More stalactites falling and stalagmites blocking your path. That's always fun. Now, in this room, we have to collect all of these silver rupees. Now, if you crouch with your shield, then the blade will actually go right through your head, and it'll not even be registered as going through your face. Get all the silver rupees here, and then we'll be able to move on. Now, there's also a gold Skulltula. Obviously, I'm about to collect that. Now, for those of you that always get confused about stalactites and stalagmites, the easiest way to remember it, for me at least, is stalagmites are on the ground, stalag with a G, and stalak with a C, stalactites are on the ceiling. So if anybody gets confused about that, hooray, you learned something new. Another great reason to watch my videos. You'll learn stuff, right? Right? Now, let's jump out and get this root. Really? This is pathetic. I'm having a horrible time with this. Alright, take two. At jumping off a ledge to get a silver rupee that's in midair that you're not even supposed to be able to miss. There we go. Once we get that door will be open. Also, if you jump when the blade is directly vertical facing you, by the time you land on the ground it'll be horizontal, so you'll have plenty of time to go through and avoid the blade and crouch, even though I don't think anybody's really worried about that, just in case you're low on hearts and want to be safe. Now, this guy, I don't need to use fire on you. For some reason he drops bombs, I'm not too sure about that. Anyway, we can jump down here, in this room. Now, we have these blue ice keys, and they freeze you. I intentionally got hit there, just to show you guys what it was like to get hit by one. Right? Yeah, more or less. Anyway, there's no way I can shoot these things with a bow directly. Maybe. Let's see. I'll try it. Oh. Well. Nope. It's not working out. Oh well. Anyway, these things, as soon as they attack, they won't attack again. They're vulnerable after attacks, they have to recharge and stuff. So that's the best time to get them. Now, if we could jump across here, hopefully I won't fail at parkour in Zelda, which isn't even intended to be parkour. Here we have, well, okay, Navi, I was gonna explain this, but okay. Blue fire. It's the thing that can melt that red ice. So I'm gonna go ahead and use all my use all my bottles separately. I don't need these bugs anymore, so I'll pour them out, and then I'm gonna collect 3 things of blue fire. You want to have a good amount for this dungeon. So the less you have to refill and the more you can get at one time, then yeah. It says here it's a cool flame. Blue fire. Even though technically blue fire is hotter than the red fire, but I think this is more for the game theory. That makes me think, what is the red ice? Is that hot ice then? I don't know. Really makes you think about stuff, doesn't it? Now I'm gonna have 2 things of blue fire out, and then my hook shot. And then my... Fine, you can stay. Don't target the fire, that's not gonna do any good. Now you can actually hook shot over to these guys, and then... If they weren't attacking, he wouldn't have frozen me. But he does attack. Great. Now we can use 1 thing of our blue fire right here, and this will unfreeze or unburn the chest, and I still don't get it. Okay, come back here. Come back. No. You can stay. Fine. Now we have a big chest right here that we can open up. And we get the dungeon map. Yes, it was supposed to be that epic. Might as well refill your blue fire on the way out, because... Well, because why not? It's blue fire that you can keep in a bottle. It's awesome. I love this thing. I'm not sure why. I just said why. But I've always loved the blue fire. It's cool. So anyway, you're going to want to go back to that big spinning blade room through all of this stuff. Again, I'm not even worried about the enemies. It's just that I'm trying to work under my own personal time constraints, even though like I could upload, technically I could upload a video as long as I wanted, but you know, I don't want to spend too much time on one video. Now you're going to want to jump in here and head off to the left and burn down this wall with your blue fire. Hooray! Now I might sound, my mouth has been freed. For those of you that don't know, I have braces and I'm also wearing rubber bands, and that's, if I sounded weird at any time in the first part of this video, that's probably why. Because I had my rubber bands in and I usually take them out for recording, but I forgot. Anyway, that's beside the point. What isn't beside the point, though, is we have a piece of heart here in a gold Skulltula that you can barely see in the top corner of the screen. Yeah, you can see it there. So that's a piece of heart. Hooray. Now this golden Skulltula will die. We also have more blue fire in this room, which is very nice. Hello? L targeting system. Yay! Anyways, you might want to stay out of the middle of this room because it is quite dangerous with the stalactites falling on you. And then this... You can stay! I will... Yeah, you might want to kill these guys, but I'm too lazy to go put my bow instead of my hook shot on, so... These guys are allowed to live for a second. That's more of a professional tactic, coughing outside of the mic, like turning backwards instead of coughing right in the mic. I'm getting professional, guys. Anyway, burn, freeze, etc. through this chest, not the chest, through the fire covering the chest, and we can open the chest. Hooray! Well, I'm gonna... Nah. Should I take more? Yeah. Now we can burn through this wall on the other side of the room to go through the next area and actually progress in the dungeon. I almost forgot to talk there. I'm not sure why, but I'm just like, well, silently playing video games. But no, I am supposed to be talking because I am, you know, commentating over video games, kind of what I'm supposed to do. But for this, let's see. Here we have another silver rupee puzzle. Now... Immediately off your, well, and gold Skulltula. I'll worry about that in a second. the first thing you're going to want to do is push this all the way over to the side. So you can jump up, blue fire this thing. Or this thing, the silver rupee. And you can collect it. And you have to collect all of them to open the door. I'm pretty sure that was going without having to be stated. But who knows. But now that you push this, you can't exactly push it out. Simple ice puzzle. We've seen these in Zelda games. We've seen these in Pokemon games. Bit of a different caliber, though. But it's not too different, all this. Really? I was frozen as soon. Alright, I'm gonna deal with these ice keys right here, right now. It is time for you to die. And die. Yes, that's nice. Now, it's probably going to be tempting to go get that silver rupee immediately, but we're going to get that one last. It does save a bit of time. You can go clockwise around. Is it clockwise? Yeah, you can go clockwise around the room to get all of the rupees here. Now, if I could just climb up on this. Thank you. And then, can I? Do I really have to climb? There we go. That took too long. Golden Skulltula here. I guess I did not mean to pull out my bow, but okay. Hooray for the Skulltula. Anyway, let's go jump down here and push this block to the right. And while it's moving, I'm gonna... Well, let's kill this ice keys first, or these ice keys. Is it keys? Keys, this thing, what's the plural of ice keys? Or is it just a key, and then keys? Keys? I'm not sure. But I am sure about, though, is that you're going to want to pull out your Ocarina right now, and do some Ocarina stuff. Well, maybe not exactly right now, you could wait a few seconds first after getting this silver rupee. But you are going to want to play the Song of Time, right? There we go, that's it. Almost forgot it there for a second. Yeah, how could I forget the Song of Time? It's kind of what this game's centered around. But oh gosh, Song of Time blocks. Yep. Those things appear. You can see Navi turning green. And if you play the Song of Time, these appear. So much easier than the Scarecrow song. If only Dodongo's Cavern could have learned from that. Ugh. Now, there are rupees here. I do not need them at all, but if you do, then by all means, take them. I'm not exactly going to try to stop you, even if I could. Because, you know, that's what they're here for. Alright, I'm going to say from here you're going to want at least 3 things of blue fire. Because there are some things that we're going to want to have to unfreeze that are out of the dungeon too, as we saw with King Zora and the shop. And I'm pretty sure, not completely certain though, but this is the last area that we can get blue fire in the dungeon. Or the mini dungeon. It's not really that much of a dungeon, because I am gonna, well, hopefully do this in one video. Might be pretty long, but yeah, you can enjoy a long video. Now it opens up the doorway somewhere, and I'm not exactly sure which door it is. I think it's this one. I think. Then, nope, I'm completely wrong. Let's see, which one could it be? Alright guys, let's go on a scavenger hunt. Which door could it be? Well, it's not this one. It's not the Song of Time one. I think we came in that... No, don't use the blue fire! Ugh. I didn't want to cut out much in here, but... Dang it. Okay, what you're going to want to do now that you've pushed this thing all the way around clockwise is move it towards this door, because it's the one we want to go through. I knew that at one point in time, but, you know, not this one. Or not this. I do know it in this one. I didn't know it in the last point of time. And now we have just a bit more to this dungeon, or mini dungeon. Not much, but we are going to want to destroy all these things. So drop your blue fire right here to destroy this barrier. Simple as that. As soon as it comes out, that red fire can disappear. So if any of you guys actually know some of the story behind the blue fire being a cool flame and what this red ice actually is, I'd love to hear it, because it's really something else. But now here we have the boss fight. Alright, this is the White Wolf Host. What you're gonna want to do here is just kind of hit it. Yeah. Alright, but once we've destroyed that thing, we have a dungeon item appearing, and what is this? We open it up, and we see that we shall receive the iron boots! Hooray! They're heavy and can't run or float. So, now, insert cutscene. We meet again, Link. If you came here to meet the Zoras, you wasted your time. This is all there is. With one exception, the Zoras are now sealed under this thick ice sheet. I managed to rescue the Zora princess from under the ice, but she left to head for the water temple. Yeah, that thing. This ice is created by an evil curse. The monster in the water temple is the source of the curse. Unless you shut off the source, this ice will never melt. If you have courage enough to confront the danger and save the Zoras, I will teach you the melody that leads to the temple. Time passes, people move. Like a river's flow, it never ends. A childish mind will turn to noble ambition. Young love will become deep affection. The clear water's surface reflects growth. Now listen to the serenade of water to reflect upon yourself. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Doo doo bum bum bum. That was maybe not horrible. Do 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 do. Took me a second when I first saw this to realize what the cinematic shots were. They were actually the walls of this room. And just look at this room for a second whenever you can see the walls again. They look cool. Cool. See what I did there? We're in the ice cavern and they look cool and it's all fine. I think I'm funny. Alright, seriously, those things look awesome. Anyway, now that I'm done praising the graphics here on this N64 game, put on the iron boots. Yeah, we're heavy. We could sink down this hole and open the door, but then Navi's gonna scream at us because you can't breathe underwater. If you start choking, take off the boots. So, yeah, we should go ahead and do that. Not because Navi told us to or because we're choking or anything, because we are kind of, you know, in not mid-air, in open air. But because, well, I want to myself. Now, what we're going to want to do now is, exit the dungeon first. So, let's go ahead and do that. Maybe the exit's, right here. So, I'm going to risk something. I never tried to see if this will work or not, but obviously, like there was a way to last in the fire temple, there's going to be a way to breathe underwater. However, I'm going to see if I could get a piece of heart without said item. I have 12.5 hearts. Let's go. You can drop down straight under here with your iron boots. Oh, I have 1 minute and 40 seconds. Yeah, this is going to be easy, especially if you drop straight down on it. You can look around and you can see that there are a bunch of green rupees that are slowly leading up to this one spot. And that spot is right here. It's a piece of heart. Hooray! We get a piece of heart. And I don't think that increases our time. But now, swim up to the surface, because I don't actually know if that's a game over or not, or what, if you actually go through all the time, or if it slowly just depletes your hearts. It might be a game over, I'm not sure. But I guess I completed another heart container, because now I'm at 14. But yeah, you can easily make that. So in that case, I'm going to go ahead and save everything else for next episode. Actually, I'm going to check on stuff here. Well, there is one more thing that I can do, and I'm probably going to speed up a bit of me doing this, because it's going to take a while. Let's see what Navi has to say. Those iron boots look like they weigh a ton. If you wear those boots, you may be able to walk at the bottom of a lake. Gee, I totally didn't just show that. But you'll also drown, so, yeah. What we're going to want to do now that we're in Zora's domain again, let's unfreeze this guy. Hooray. Yeah, that's King Zora. But that's not all that we need to unfreeze. There's also the shop wall that I showed was frozen. Now I'm going to go run down and do that and run back up. Hooray, it's unfrozen. Now that we're back up here, let's speak to King Zora. Oh, I've come back to life. Was it you who saved me? Don't be nervous. It looks like you have a hard time breathing underwater. As an expression of my gratitude, I grant you this tunic. With this, you won't choke underwater. Yay! We get the Zora tunic. It's diving suits adult size. Yeah, so now we can be what everybody always dreamed. Blue Link! Yes. Just like in the new Zelda trailer. Whatever that was about. Anyway, now that we are Blue Link, we've done a lot of stuff. We got the Ice Cavern. We can go to the Water Temple now. Breathe underwater, iron boots, etc. That was in a horribly organized fashion. But who cares? And next time on Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, I'm either going to head off to the Water Temple or I'm going to do some side quest stuff. I haven't decided yet. Either way, I'll see you guys then. Woo! Goodbye!